I want to escalate.
Yeah. I like
see
that.
what you did there, Syndic.
I like that. So I mean, we still have Del here.
You kind of need to escalate yourself.
Right?
Are you saying you would invite him?
Yeah,
No.
if you want.
Oh shit, dude.
Let's see if you can call in a good Zerg. Like you coping about the best, the worst Zerg. Just come call for us.
What the
Call
fuck?
one CTA here in escalation. Let's go, son.
Do it,
Drop.
do it,
I
do
invite
it,
you
do
right now.
Holy shit.
Who?
Do it,
I
do
don't
it.
do those things.
Syndic, put your
I invite you right now.
Put
No,
your
no,
alt,
no,
put your
no,
alt
no.
in the escalation, Syndic.
I will even ping the CTA for you. Come call.
BBC1 with heavy crossbow.
BBC one, Syndic, do it. Do it.
I want to see you call him.
Fight versus the Russians. Fight versus the Russians. One CT.
I have too much self-respect to be involved with such degenerates.
You can launch. Listen, I invite you. I ping the CTA for you, and you can launch in wherever the fuck you want. You go and you call. I'll be there playing
Why
DPS.
don't you launch on yourself, dude? In their Zerg into your own members. That's literally 400 IQ.
Everybody on command, man, Zerg?
He'll punish.
Let's see. Let's see what you can do. You can punish them. Yes, exactly. You see?
Yes, destroy from Rodin. Yes, cripple.
Okay, so Tofi, I actually see your comments. I just scrolled up to read them. Now look. So I'm gonna read them out loud so the boys in the Discord can agree or disagree. But I'm gonna put my 2 cents into it. So Tofi saying, when you have a guild with 5 million total fame requirements, of course all the new players will join. But when you have a guild with 100 mil PvP fame requirements, people have it as a goal to join. Okay, now let me tell you where your logic is wrong. Okay, so your logic is wrong because if I'm friendly and I want to recruit to EQMS and I put 100 mil fame requirements, how many 100 mil fame people do you think are going to join?
0.
Minus 10.
Yeah,
Minus
so
10.
the honest answer is 0. So you understand why your logic doesn't exactly apply all the time, because it's just not realistic. So you got to work with what you have. So
That's right. You gotta build them.
So
Mold them, right?
I appreciate the comments, but I do disagree with you, bro. I do disagree with you. It's not Monopoly.
But why would they join like escalation, a guild that I made, instead of join CIR? Like I made a guild for 1 season, right? Why they would join this guild here instead of join CIR, which is there for 10 seasons already? Why those 100 mil PvP people later to join me instead of CIR?
So that's a good question.
Not even me. Would later to join Ref or Mamono or whoever the fuck makes the guild. Why they would later join those guys instead of join the CIR?
Dom, do you want to answer that first? Do you want to?
Personally, for me, just really unbiased. I think it's the hype, right? A new guild has hype, correct?
Yeah.
This goes for anyone, any hype guild. I'm not saying Escalation was a hype guild, but if it's a new guild, it's gonna have hype around Del, right? That's what I think. That's why people would join you over, for example, Sierra. Well, obviously Sierra, a lot of people dislike because of the propaganda, and that's what they do, right? That's another reason, Del.
I feel that's a different reason, and I feel that it's because of mentality. Because people want to play a different game. They don't want to be on the biggest coalition in the game, right? They don't want to be running around with level 60 blobs without getting a fight and laughing about it.
Agree.
What they want to do, it's join a guild, it's Murphy Monkeys, Never Care, Escalation, Momentary, because we don't give a fuck for anything else. We just want to fight, and that's the reason they join our guild. It's not because there's propaganda or anything like that. They just want to get content.
No, you're wrong.
What do you think?
I just want to get content.
It's a narrative, man.
What do you think if nobody wants to join these guilds? How do they get 60% blobs?
Which guild?
All of those guilds.
I never got 60%
blobs.
blobs. Oh, I don't know why. It's because you Hikrini on the starter island, no?
You're right.
On the ship.
57. That's real close.
Level 57? Escalation only?
No.
No.
Oh, you're speaking about the entire alliance?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Momentary escalation. Watch out. Yes. Maybe. Just you guys gotta understand that it's there's too many people playing this game for so long that they wanna try different things, right? They don't wanna join the big coalitions because they know that it's always gonna be the same. Instead of us that we just go there and we die. If we die, who cares? We don't care if we die. I would hear 100 times if I'm getting a fight. I don't really care.
Yo, I talked to a lot of your members.
You know.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of your members, and none of them, and I've tried to poach a lot of your members. None of them have ever said to me that they joined because they just want to fight. Like,
So-
and I've asked them all.
Why
and
they
not
joined it?
one
So can we do?
person-
So can we list a couple things real quick and then see why people join a guild? Like, let's see why people join a hype guild. Okay, do we want to? Let's see. So let's see
Do
the
you consider?
criteria.
Let me ask you something before. Do you consider escalation a hype guild?
It was, yeah.
In terms of
No, right now, right now
it
in terms
was.
of longevity, no. But in terms of mentality, in terms of core, in terms of history, yes.
Like I could feel the guild right now and open another guild and feel the second guild.
Exactly.
Like and
By
you can
raid.
say and we
By
can
raid.
say you can say we still like a hype guild, right?
You're the new Predats.
Makes
So-
no sense. Like
So no. So you're not a hype guild because you guys have lasted the time. You've lasted the test of time. The thing is with hype guilds previously before you guys is that there were much more challenges in the game, so they would run into these challenges and it would expose these hype guilds much earlier than now. So I'll give you an example. So a guild like Escalation, I don't see that you guys have gone through many hard challenges, no offense, but if you guys had opened in season 12, season 11, season 10, you would have ran into an elevate, you would have ran into a BA, you would have ran into a PoE, and it would have been much different. Your longevity might have, well, depending on your mentality, of course. So Del, like
Kinda like
you're
me,
obviously
right?
you're obviously confident in your mentality, Del. So you guys might have lasted those tests, but I'm saying for the average hype guild, they would have been crushed immediately. So you
So
have to
you're-
understand there's a difference. You have to understand there's
so
a difference.
you're saying that 150 man guild was a hype guild.
Yes, because 150 man guild now is completely different to 150 man guild before. So the scale of the fights now. So let's look at the scale of the fights, right? So let's look at the NA war. How many players, Dom? You're there every single day. How many players do you think it is versus the other side? Like how many versus how many?
Like Cappy.
So-
All Cappy,
so-
Cappy less than 200
So
people.
let's say your coalition. How many people? On
We
NA?
got like a 200 Cappy. Let's put 200 Cappy. It's never like 200, but let's put 200 Cappy. Let's put 100 Pokey and like a 50 Surf.
Okay, so and altogether, I'm bad with math, so you got to tell me altogether.
300. We never.
350.
Yeah.
350.
Put like 350, but we never queue it as one by ourselves. We never did it.
That's fine. So 350 against how many does Africa have with his coalition?
They kill one zone and they still have like a level 50 on the other zone holding the
So
kill.
what is like 500?
Like 550, 600. 550, 600.
So let's say 600. Let's say 600.
Yeah.
So you have 950 players in in the biggest war in the game right now. Okay. So
This isn't the biggest war in the game.
so which one
He
is?
means right now, like this season, right?
Like the biggest war,
right now,
it's probably
right now.
like a U war. Those guys, they mess much more. Like a TC, one and Donny together mess much more than us, and then obviously PoE, AAA, and those guys mess much more than Africa.
Of course we do.
Yeah,
Okay,
actually,
so-
I think Dell's right. But we're just a little bit bigger.
I don't think the number is way far off from that. Even all AAA and all PoE, I'm not gonna lie,
It's
they don't
far.
last that much, bro. They really
It's
don't
far,
last that
it's
much.
far. They mess. You gotta understand that Syndic, like by his alliance, it's like level 55, sometimes level,
Nobody wants to join this guild, right?
and like, and then. I mean, we speaking about good players and like veteran players. We're not
Nobody
speaking
cares
about
about
like
good
new
players.
people. We're not speaking about the guys that you invite on
True,
the
that is
on
true.
the
That's true.
island.
We're talking about different criteria. But okay. So Syndic, how many people do you mass? Oh, AAA and PoE together. How many people do you all mass together? Be honest.
I mean, AAA has a really shit mass. They
At
have
18 UTC, right? Shit
I
fucking
think
mass.
80 guys. I'm pretty sure AAA pulls like 80 guys, give or take, with Black Order being the most of it.
No, I had 80 today by myself when I fought Mars.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter today. You just had to whack a hideout. It was super simple. And you fucked it up.
So
I was
so
fighting and we missed it by
so,
a minute.
so I'm not gonna lie. I saw some of the fights between AAA, PoE, Take Care, and it's not that big as you guys are saying. I've seen it. It's not that big. But let's say the NA war, right?
But it's not that big because they don't force the fights. Like Mojo, you don't understand. Those guys, they mess those big ass blobs, but they don't want to take the fights. Do you understand that? Like that's the reason it's not
because
big. They don't want to take the fight.
Okay, but hold on. Let me make my point.
We're nice and comfortable to take the fight.
Let me make my point. So let's take season 13. You guys have all been there. How many players were on the field on both sides? If you had to add them up.
You had much more numbers than we had.
2,000.
That's for sure.
That's fake
We had
numbers.
like
That's fake
we
numbers.
had
I have
We had-
boards literally
we had,
like
like,
1,000 plus.
on the beginning we had like 4 guilds. On the beginning we had like 4 guilds massing like 600 people.
Sure.
Plus all the other friends.
And you guys
But then all the people you weren't hand holding with.
and no. On the beginning, I'm speaking about the beginning. Then and I was fighting only against no people. You weren't even there.
Okay,
at the beginning.
this is fine. No, this is fine. I understand what you're saying. You're going to talk about started smaller and then it escalated. That's fine. I don't care
Escalated, of course.
who has more numbers than who. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as a whole, at its biggest in season 13.
2,500 people probably.
Boom, exactly. So we're talking about 3-4 times the number than most of the wars today. Most of the wars today is like a couple hundred
Yeah.
people max. You understand what I'm saying?
Player base is down. Player base is down compared to before, dude.
I don't think player base is
something
down.
I
I think
noticed.
everybody's just more spread, and
It's because like
less wars
we
and
don't
stuff.
want- it's exactly that's exactly the reason that there's no more wars because like the people who could do that, like we don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get like a 500 man blob.
No,
walk,
but
like,
no, but
10 maps and fight another like
I-
2,000 guys, or like you wait for 1 hour to fight. You know,
I agree. I agree with you
Nobody wanna
100%.
do that.
It's not healthy for the game. No, I agree with you 100%. It's not healthy for the game. I like that it became smaller. Okay, less people in queue, the better. Everybody has more fun. You're 100% right on that. My only point is this: that the scale of these wars is much smaller now than it was before. So my point is 150 man guild who's massing 80-90 guys, now you're in the top 3 guilds because most guilds don't mass that much, right? So it's a different scale. Whereas before you had homeless crew, like let's say season 13, you had Menace pulling 150, June was pulling 150, homeless crew was pulling 150, BA was pulling 150, Elevator was pulling 100, Surf was pulling 100, Title or whatever. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it was normal to pull 100 plus. It was really normal
High
to pull 100
quality
plus.
too. It was high quality, guys.
Oh yeah, and the quality was insane. So that's my point. That's my point. The scale of things
The game
just
isn't
became.
yeah. No, 100%. Because you don't need to fight with HQ. Like people, like every hideout you had it back in the day, you had to defend daily, right?
Right.
Like there's no HQ, there's nothing. Like there's motivation now. There was motivation back then, but now there isn't as much.
Like
The
they
game
state of
has
the game right now.
just changed.
They state of the game right now.
Dinosaurs are going out of style. Dell is yesterday's news. You know?
Like
Listen,
the state of the
150 man
game.
guild that logs in for 5 minutes or an hour a day is irrelevant.
I mean, it wasn't irrelevant when we
So-
smashed your hideouts.
So on that note, yo, Robin, I have a question for you.
You
Okay.
know, Skydive,
Oh,
because we can't.
We smashed all of them to a point that you HQ everything that you
yo,
had.
real quick though. Yo, real quick. Yo,
Yeah,
Robin,
campus.
Robin, I know you can't give anything away, but in the where the game is going, would you say that CTA
Robin,
guilds
give
are
her
gonna be a thing of the past in the next year or so?
They already are.
They already are.
Yes.
Yeah, small scale is the way to go.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
CTA warriors are a thing of the past.
Dead.
If
Gotcha.
you're still playing that playstyle, then your guild is pretty much irrelevant right now.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Do we have that in escalation, Robin? Like, do you think escalation is like a CTA warrior guild? Like
No.
we
I,
literally.
I don't know. I don't look at your
Let's see.
side of the map, so I don't know.
I don't think it
Let's
is.
see
I don't think it is.
Let's see it here. Like, how can you define if it's a CTA warrior guild or not?
Hey.
Esther's
Del's
is
taking
acting
my
up.
line. Del
that
Negro
is-
is taking my
We
line.
have plenty small scales during the day,
Hold on, hide that.
like tens. We have tens, small scales like core, vortex. We get crystal. The 3 seasons that we played, without have like GVG teams, or without slaving for points, doing like mage raids and stuff like
but
that.
that's the point. I mean, they made it easier because it's about guild activity now, which is
Exactly.
which is a good thing. So yeah, you're not wrong on that. Now back to the point that we were talking about before, right? We were talking about why good players would join. So your question was what was the question that you asked before though?
Why do you think that those players join like guilds that we made? Like not only me, like me, Mamono, Africa, like any of those guys made a guild. Why those people would hater join this guild that they know they're gonna disband soon. It's not gonna be like a forever thing. Instead of joining that guild that is there for like 10 seasons already.
So
With like an amazing color like Syndic.
So I'm gonna expand on what Dom said because I agree with Dom. So a lot of it is hype, but it's a little bit different. Like it's a little bit different, but it's I'm gonna include it in that category. So for example, people associate your guilds with fun. People associate Noob Slayer's guilds with fun. You know why? Because
it's fun.
Because it's fun, but those guilds also don't stay. Those guilds also don't stay for the bad part.
That's right. That's
I'm here for
exactly
3
right.
seasons already.
That's
No,
exactly right.
I know, but there hasn't been a bad part.
What you mean there hasn't been a bad part? Like I AFK like for 3 weeks every single season. Like it.
Yeah, that's normal. That's just Dell stuff, though. But
Exactly. Like it.
but that's the point, though. If you would have done that in the seasons when there was more challenges in the way, you couldn't have done that because your guild would be dead in 3 weeks, right? So that's exactly my point. You're able to keep running your guild.
Fucking regears, man.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
I don't understand where's the disconnect here.
So let me finish real quick. Like escalation, number one
That's
guild.
even worse. People would hate her
Number
join
one guild.
escalation. A new guild without headgears instead of get paid to play with those guys, like because they get headgears.
True.
So that's even worse, right?
No, but
even
you're right.
worse.
You're
Like,
right. No, but I mean that's more of a compliment to your guild because it means people want to join your guild. That's a good thing. But what I'm basically trying to say is you're able to go AFK for 3 weeks and your guild does not die. Okay, that means that there's not many challenges in the way because trust me, you're number 2, you're number 3. If there was challenges in the way, they would not be able to hold the guild together because it's always the number 1 that holds that shit together. Right?
That's not true because Dreaded fought like PoE, AAA, all those guys.
But
Dreaded
he-
fought the
but-
war
but-
and he still won.
No. But see, that's the thing you're
Isn't
not
that-
understanding.
isn't that like- I mean, they were here, like, bringing how good they are, like,
this war that you're talking about Dreaded and Elevate. So Escalation and Elevate, the 2 best guilds in season 15, going against a weakened PoE. That's not an accomplishment, bro. You can go to bed.
Mojo,
Okay.
it was 450 people, 450 people
Sure.
against 2,000 people, like 1.5k people.
Okay, bro. Like,
And we don't even mess. Like they had like multiple blobs with more debuff than we have. Multiple blobs with more debuff than we have. They had like the kill. We had to kill into the maps. We had to spread. Like he organized everything. They were camping like the gates. They were doing everything that they could with multiple blobs, multiple tags. And like how's that an excuse? Like it makes no sense to me. Like you can use that. Oh, you had the 2 best guilds. We had it, but they had like 6 times our numbers with the same debuff as we had. Like, is that an excuse? Like, how can would you Mojo use that an excuse for you? I doubt you would never use that excuse for you.
use the excuse of numbers, like
Exactly. You
like
would-
overwhelming numbers. No, of course not. I would feel like shit.
Exactly. That's the reason. Like, you would never do that. So, like, why?
But
keep
I was
doing
lucky. But that's the thing, though. I was very lucky. We've been through hard shit, right? Our guild has been fully robbed. We've had some people
Shout
backstab
out
the
to
guild.
Snoopa.
Shout out to Snoopa with the mustache woman. but we had people stab us in the back. We've had so many enemies. We have coalitions against us. So we've had a lot of challenges, right? We've had a lot of challenges. We were lucky, bro. I was lucky that we were always able to retain quality. So even in times when the propaganda was against us,
It's not lucky. It's competency. It's different. What I'm telling you, it's like you can. I don't know if there's like a way to see it, but I'm 100% sure that escalation with 150 men guild dropped more kill fame. Like we dropped more death fame than like the coalition did. We died like 1,000 times more than they did.
I believe it.
And that's the reason that people join us. It's not because we win or we just win. People join us
But
because
also-
like
but
we're
it-
getting the content.
Yes,
That's
100%. That has part to do with it. What I'm trying to explain to you is how much overrode the other stuff playing it. So it's not like I'm disagreeing with you. I'm just trying to show you that it's other aspects to it too. So we were talking about propaganda before and hype, right? You also have to remember, when we're talking about individual players, right? So what kind of players are we talking about? First of all, when we're talking about high quality players, they come with what? What do they come with?
Okay, we are speaking about like 100 mil PvP fame and 5k kills.
Yeah,
That's my requirements. So that's for me. That's not a veteran player, by the way.
Yeah, but it is, dude. Guilds would be very lucky to have players like that join them today, right? It's hard to recruit people like that unless you're in the top couple of guilds.
Yeah.
So
But that's his fault, not our fault.
no, but okay, I understand. Everybody has to take responsibility for what's happening to them, right? Or what situation they're in. Nobody's trying to make excuses for anybody else. I'm just trying to explain to you the dynamics of these type of things. So let's talk about the type of players we're talking about, right? So the debate is, why does a player who has 100 mil plus PvP fame and 5k kills prefer to join an escalation rather than a CIR or a surf or a lot of these alliances who have been there for a long time but got a bad reputation? So let's talk about that type of player first, right? So what kind of player are we talking about? Players who are veterans or are elite ZVZ players, what kind of players are they?
I mean, anyone. You can speak about anyone because I recruit mostly my recruitment mostly it's not from ZVZers, right?
No, what I mean is they come with a lot of ego, okay?
The guys that I recruit, you gotta understand that the guys that I recruited mostly to escalation, it comes from like GVGers, like corrupted dungeons, like Hellgates. I focus on those guys because I know that they know how to press the buttons and it's easier to teach the ZVZs, right?
Mm.
So that's why it's easier for us to teach people playing.
Hold on, let me write this down.
Right.
So it's easier to teach people how to play in those environments because there's already a core of people who are super veterans, and the one or two, and you guys are more selective about who joins. So you're not mass recruiting because you don't have to. So selectively, the people that join in, they learn faster, and they're usually already more prepared because of the higher requirements, right? But the point is this: so the better the player is, most likely they're gonna have more ego. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
The elite PvPers that we know, usually they come with more ego. Okay, do you think that a player with ego would want to join the side that people say, "Yo, these people are slaves"?
Yo, Magicmark just pays for everything.
If you want to fix that, you gotta stop paying people, and they gotta stop enslaving the members.
But I'm not talking about Magicmark. I'm not talking about Magicmark. I'm not talking about Magicmark. That's a different situation.
About him because he said that. So what I'm telling you, it's if you want to stop, because that's not cope, that's not cap, that's the true. This is true. They run around, they laugh because they get no content, they laugh about it. It's that's the truth. It's not like a propaganda. It's a propaganda when it's like a lie, right? But speaking the truth, it's not a propaganda. Do you agree that with me?
Well, of course there's truth to those situations, but is it? I'm talking about more the propaganda. So if a player has ego, they usually want to play on the side where they're praised for being a good guy. Right, so
no, praise to the fights.
No. That's part of it. That's part of it. But let's be honest. Who's more likely? An elite ZVZ going to join the side where they think they're going to be on the good side fighting evil, or on the evil fighting good? Because that's what the propaganda is that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about these guys play objective and do less content. No, that's one of the reasons that you would not want to join them. Sure, is if you want content, maybe you join the other side. Sure, that you have a point with that. What I'm trying to say is
the propaganda is made by them
fake.
When they play like
false,
that.
False.
Because of course it is.
No, that's not true. That's not true because
they have been playing like that.
That's not true.
They have been playing like. Mojo, come on. I wasn't BA that. They have been playing like that since season 7, season 8, right?
You're talking about PoE and shit, right?
Yes, they have been playing since ever like that.
Yeah, they've always had the same strategy.
I was a free-to-play player, and I never wanted to join them, and I never heard the propaganda. I joined you guys because I saw that you guys were fighting outnumbered and were getting much more content than they had, right?
Yeah, but exactly, that's the point. But that's the point. That's the point. That's the point, though. That's the point, though.
I never saw any propaganda before.
But no, that's the point. When you joined BA, I remember you were a player in season 7. You said, right? You said season 7?
Yes.
So in season 7, when you joined, you were a player and you saw that the propaganda was actually in our favor. So BA was the ones that were fighting all the mega coalitions and things like that. Now, let me ask you a question.
Was that a propaganda or is that the truth?
That there's some truth to every propaganda. There's some
Of course
truth to
it was
every
the
propaganda.
truth.
Like, I'll give you an example. There's some truth and there's some. So I'll tell you the difference. So, by the way, shout out to Relic Sadab. I hope you're enjoying the content, bro. Thank you so much for the Prime and everybody else who was super generous to sub before. So let's keep going. So I'll tell you where there's truth and then where it's super exaggerated. So I'll give you an example. BA. Did we have a lot of allies throughout the wars in our time? Yes or no? Yes.
Which wars? Like
just in general, we've had a lot of friends
like
in the
Mark
game.
Wars, that wars? Yes,
No,
we
no,
had.
no, no. Just in general, like in any big war that we had, we've had a lot of allies, right?
Yes.
Right. So I admit that. So, but what is the propaganda against BA? That they only won through hand holding and through all that
Yes,
stuff.
it's
Now, is
squad,
that true?
that's your squad.
Now is that true? If we're taking the guild BA separately,
Yeah, sure.
right? If they're taking the guild separately, are you gonna say that BA's success was all because of hand holding and allies, or no?
No.
Exactly. So that's the difference between propaganda and the truth. So there's some truth to it. We've had a lot of allies. Is it completely true? Of course not.
It was true. But even when we had more allies, we kind of got forced to have allies because they had like
Of
the
course.
big coalitions already.
Exactly. So
So-
that's my point. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So this is my
But
point.
they have the same
But
thing
hold
right
on,
now.
hold on.
But they're not gonna push me into like a big coalition.
No,
That's the point.
I get it. No, I get it. I don't. But bro, trust me, I understand. But let's before we move on to another point, let me explain to you this. So you said it yourself, even when you were with us in BA, and so who did the coalition against us? Was it us that created the mega coalition, or was it Elevate and them that made a whole coalition and came after us in our lands?
It was them.
Exactly. So they come against us because we've made enemies throughout the years. So we put a target on our back, right? We put a target on our back. We pissed off a lot of people. So it's 100% fair. I'm not going to cry about it. It's 100% fair if people want to take the numbers that they think they need to fight us and then come after us. Is that fair or no? It's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair, right? So, but throughout that time, even when they were coming at us, the propaganda was still that they're the good guys and they're always fighting outnumbered, and then we're the bad guys. So
But
that's
that's
where
not
truth,
propaganda. That's like delusional.
right? Okay, yeah,
but it's not mutually
but that's the
exclusive. It can
level.
be the same
That's where the
thing.
level
It's
of
like-
propaganda went, though. That's where the level of propaganda went,
But
though.
it's the
Now
same
it became
thing right
delusional.
now. Like,
It became delusional.
But it's not delusional right now because they keep doing the same over and over and over, and they expecting us to push back in a coalition that we never made. Like the only time that we push it back, like the XPOE, the only time we push it down with like 1 guild and a half, we never made like a big coalition to push them. Like, do you get it, right? So like why? Like the propaganda, it's not a propaganda. Like I don't need a propaganda because like I'm not growing, I'm not recruiting, I'm not observing.
Right. I mean,
get the point. So
yeah,
there's no propaganda.
you're saying you're not part of this. Like you're not part of this machine that's working towards the bad propaganda towards them right now.
The
I agree.
propaganda makes
Okay.
no difference for us because like we don't have like an open recruitment, right? So like why would I make a propaganda if
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not gonna recruit those guys who gonna actually believe in the propaganda? Because like I have no reason to do that. Like I don't want to recruit more people. I don't want to
Yeah.
have more people. In fact, I want to kick more people.
Right.
Right? So that like it makes no sense. That's the reason that I'm telling you there's no propaganda because we don't care. Like we don't care. Like I don't care. They can ask like 1,000 people, they can run me over like 1,000 times. I just don't care. Like
Yeah,
they're not
but
they're
the
not gonna
point-
push me into like
But
a coalition.
the point again is they're not the ones making this point, bro. They're not the ones making this point. It's not PoE coming on here and making this point. It's not Surf coming on here making this point. I'm making it for them, and I'm just letting you know. Like Escalation to me is the best guild in the game right now, and I like you guys' playstyle because you guys. I like that you're kicking people and then bringing it back to the basics and doing like a hard reset on the guild to try to keep it on top. So I like everything you're doing, bro. Don't get it twisted. It's just I'm trying to make a point, and I don't know if you understand it or not, about what I was saying before with the that stuff does make a big difference on guilds, bro. It really does,
Big
man.
difference.
But
Big
especially with recruitment, do you
Yes,
understand?
yes.
Do you understand that these players don't want to play on the bad side? So that
That's
the
right.
side that's considered evil, they don't want to join it. If
Yeah.
if 100 people on Reddit make a couple posts and they say that Magicmark is the bad guy, and I'm
That
a player
affects my
looking at,
recruitment.
and I'm a player looking at that, I'm not even
Yeah.
wrong to think that they're the bad guys because I'm only getting one perspective. So
That's right.
so that
He's right.
one
He's
perspective.
So can I ask you something? Can I ask
Sure.
you something, Mark?
But no, it ain't just
Honest
me.
question.
It's AAA. It's
No, okay.
PoE,
I'm gonna make an honest
it's
question
Surf.
to you.
I mean, I made a website about Domknit. That affects his recruitment.
So
Like,
let me
the
let me
fact
make
that
an
you guys
honest,
don't
honest
have
question.
propaganda is Mojo's point. You know that it's easier for you to recruit.
It's because we don't care. So I'm gonna make
No, it's
an
not because
honest
you don't
question
care.
for
It's
you.
because you haven't been around long enough.
Like I'm gonna make a question for you, and you gotta be honest.
Is
Do
it
you-
related to what we're talking about?
Yes. Do you really
Okay.
think? Do you really
Okay.
think? Do you really think that Black Order is the good side? Like, let's put like good and bad side. Do you really think that Black Order is in a good side right now?
What? You got to define good side. I don't
Good
even know what
side,
you
like
mean.
if you're telling me, like Moji's telling that TOE
Versus
is
you?
heavy against anyone, like not me, because you guys
Oh,
not fighting a
'cause-
war against me.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you know you're the most racist, toxic guild
Like
in the
it,
game.
I mean, that's you, that's
That
you
was
saying
my
that.
experience when I was there and I recorded all of your racism and.
I mean,
all
just
that
play
stuff.
it, just play it.
No,
Like
I don't
the
need
guys,
that.
the guys,
I
the guys,
came on here and admitted it. Like, what are you talking
the
about? You
guys,
still have
the
these
guys
in your
got,
guilds.
the guys, like the racist guys, most of them got kicked, and one of them, I got him in a room and I spoke to him. Like,
But let's get to your question. I don't want to get off on a.
that's my
flaming
question. So I'm
escalation.
telling you, I'm asking you,
But I
are
don't know
you
what
a
you mean.
good
Am I
or
on the
bad
good
side?
side of bad side of what? What are you
I
talking
mean, are you the evil side or not the evil side? Because like Mojo is putting like there's a evil side and a good side, right?
No, but
So-
no, he's saying that some people that have been around for so long have made enough enemies that there's a lot of propaganda to make them look like the evil side.
But you
Like
have much more
Syndic,
friends than me.
like
Why
Domknit,
you that have
like
much more
Magic
friends than me
Mark,
is the good
right?
side or the bad side?
No, I have haters. So does Syndic. So does. I'm a hater on Domknit. I made a website on him. That website affects the way people look at Surf, the way people look at him. Right?
I
That
asked you one
7
thing
hour.
and you cannot answer. Are you the
No,
good
I
or the bad
can't
side?
answer it because you didn't define the question. What do you mean by good or bad side?
Would you
What's the
put
side?
yourself? Would you put yourself on the right
Define
side
the
or the
word
bad?
good. Define the word good.
I mean, Mojo. Can you define the good and the bad
How
side?
is he going to define
So-
your question?
Because that was him.
I mean,
make the point.
I would say,
Yo.
I guess he's just saying it in a simple way. What's up, Robin?
I will say this right now: there's no such thing as a good and bad side in this game anymore. When was the last time you seen a piece of propaganda on Reddit? Please, because it wasn't last season. It definitely wasn't the season before. It wasn't the season before that. It could have been the season before that season, maybe.
I don't even have a Reddit
Not
account,
like
so I got to take your word. for it.
100% it does. Because players, especially newer players, they go to Reddit because that's the go-to place.
I am
So
so,
is the forum.
old. My God, I'm so old. I don't even have a Reddit account.
Like I know because who did the propaganda for Blue Army, Mojo? It was me and a couple other people, and we slammed Reddit constantly, day in, day out when we were at war.
Mm-hmm.
And it affected the other side
100%.
because that's what it's meant to do. Nowadays, we don't have any of that on Reddit anymore. We have maybe once in a blue moon, like a promo video of like someone winning a season with all their big claps and stuff, but it's nothing like constant day in, day out shitting on the other side and painting them as the bad side. It's
I
none of
can
that anymore.
definitely tell you nobody in my alliance does it. A, because they're all Chinese and they don't have Reddit, and B, because all the English speakers are with me and they would instantly get kicked out of Black Order if they were shit talking on Reddit.
Yeah, so
Like
to be honest, I don't think there's a good or bad side in this game anymore.
Exactly. That's like what I'm telling you. True. Like it's big coalitions, healthy and good for the gaming market.
That's a different question. So now you're
Okay.
asking me.
Okay, is that good for the game? Because like I'm gonna define like evil side as the big coalitions that is running the game right now, ruining the game right now. So
I
that's
think-
for me. That's the bad side. Do you really think that you're in the bad side or in a good side?
I mean, it's hard to really understand your question. So let me tell you what I think you're asking me. Are you asking me if I have allies to hold on? Because the game, if you have like super outnumbered fights, unless you're like the top 1 or 2 guilds, right? Like an escalation and all of that stuff, you're gonna not be able to win those fights. So you have to make them even, and so that's just the natural thing. It's human nature, right? I mean, you see it in real life for like the last 6,000 years, right? Like people want to take stuff from other people, and so they try to get the most advantage they can. And if you're on the defense and you notice you're getting outnumbered, you're going to call allies. You're not going to just take that L and get evicted. And that's what you see time and time again in the game. That's why coalitions exist, because somebody wants to take something from somebody, and they try to get the most advantage they can and call the most help they can.
And that's exactly
the game.
That's exactly the reason.
Robin's right.
That's exactly the reason that the guilds don't improve and don't get better. Because like the way you guys are speaking, looks like I already like start play this game here like a good caller, right? But I was S. I was dog shit. And it was like a slowly improvement season by season.
No. I disagree. You had.
Why you disagree?
First of all, you joined BA, and you got help from watching Mojo call time and time again. That helps a lot. Second of all, then you called. What'd you do? Rang with bangers.
Yeah, but he learned by himself, though. Of course, you watch. You take somebody that you think is good, and then you kind of mimic them when you start calling. But at the end of the day, you got to go through your own experiences.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you're not going to be good anyways. It doesn't matter who you learn from.
He did. You're right, and he did it at Sun too. And so my point is, like, you've had.
What do you mean in Sun? In Sun, I was the main caller. I was
That's what he's saying. Yo, Del. If you stop screaming, you're gonna hear that he's giving you props.
It's because I'm on my cell phone.
Oh, okay.
Well, listen, what I'm saying is you've had a ton of experience calling with top level players against top level players. You got to watch top level callers. So, I mean, I remember when we were fighting the war, when you and Tamashi were in there, and Tamashi was like, if you got a problem with Dell, you got a problem with me. You remember that when we were fighting together? Like, and you were like, you wanted to kick out that guy and whatever. So think about it, for like years and years and years, you've just been shot calling. You had a short stint as a GM in Rang, but for the most part, you've just got to focus on shot calling. And like that, I honestly like.
And why you couldn't do the same?
What do you mean? I've been running alliances for.
That's your option. But that's your option. You could do different. You could be improving instead of what you're doing right now. You could have been improving by yourself.
But
that's my point.
No, but it's not a point, because that's a given. That's understood. Like, I don't want to take the route to become an S tier shot caller because
yes, you want.
No, I don't. Or if I wanted to call, I could call. I mean, trust me. There's people in this room that can vouch for it. I know my strengths and weaknesses, and I get a little bit toxic when I shot call. I could become an S tier shot caller, but what's more fun for me than becoming an S tier shot caller is building organizations. That's why I've always ran alliances. That's why I'm building this guild.
But you're not running alliances. You're in an alliance that someone else is running for you. And actually, your alliance is not even the main alliance of the coalition, because the main alliance of the coalition is Terra and Mars. So it makes no sense to me. Like your excuse.
All right, just pause for a second. Pause. You said 2 points. Let me address it. I'll address it in reverse order. Okay. We play 18 because magicmark wants to play 18, and Banana comes along for the content because I want to expand into 18. My alliance is a Chinese alliance. They run 12 and 15, and Banana is the man. Okay, so that's true.
Because Syndic asked it.
No, that's not true.
Of course it is.
No, it's not true.
The only thing that you guys have on 18 is from fucking PoE.
No,
what else you would defend on 18?
It's 100%.
Your territories, the triple A territories, 12 and 15. I mean, you can deny. Like the main territories is 12 and 15.
Let me tell you the truth here, okay? At 18, we started fighting around the portal against Fax, against Gringos, against Take Care.
And you take L's every day. Without PoE, you cannot hold anything to see, man.
That's nothing to do with what we're talking about. And so we just did it for content, to train our Zergs, and because I wanted to grow into 18. The only reason PoE and I are working together is because Reject Party formed a coalition and launched on them. And we hated Reject Party for doing that. I still tell Angelique, why'd you gotta bring PoE? We were having really good 2v2 fights. It was me in the Chinese versus Fax and Reject Party. And we were having banger good content, no cluster queue, nothing. That's what 18 was. It was good training for me and to build my Zerg. So secondly, I've ran alliances for a long time. Basically, I've only ran an alliance.
Name me one.
BMATs, 1613.
16 by 13 was Shiro running the alliance.
No, not at all. What are you talking? Shiro wasn't even playing the game. do you mean?
Man, I was
Not at
fighting
all.
against 16 by 13 like the entire war when I was in Sun.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. And before that, it was the alliance that I made where I pulled Contingent and Brofus out of the roads with Judicate, and then we made that against PoE and Nope. That was when I won my season. I made that alliance, and then before that, I was with Scuzz Cabell. I was kind of just I was learning a lot from him, but I was also like an assistant. And then before that, I ran alliance for a long time. That Scuzz Cabell helped us protect up in Solaria. So for 4 years, I've been playing this game. 3 years, I've ran alliances. The other year, I've ran a guild. And I need to run my guild because I can really grow Black Order. But if I have to run an alliance, Banana asks me all the time to start an alliance and take over a city, but I can't because it's going to take away my time from Black Order. And I want Black Order to be a top 5, top 10, 18 UTC ZVZ Zerg. And it takes a lot of effort to get there. And
you guys gotta change it. You guys gotta change a lot of things to get there. A lot of things. Like I'm telling you right now.
I'll say you're shooting yourself in your foot right now. If that's your goal, Mark, then
you're going to the wrong way
with Terra and Mars and getting hardly any content and getting pushed through queues and shit, and going up against quote unquote the big dogs. I mean, One Dun and TC are pulling big numbers at the moment, so like you're going completely the wrong direction if that's your goal. I mean, your positioning in the world map should have been up north or towards Thetford.
Well, let me address Robin, but I want to say the last point to Dell. As a leader of my guild, right, I don't build the product. And this is just a leadership lesson, right? A leader doesn't build the product. A leader builds the team that builds the product, right? My greatest strength is I build teams. You know, and I have a hugely vast organization. I have 50 people, you know, like, so I really stick to my strength. If I wanted to, I could become a good caller, but I don't really have the desire because I love what I do when I build my organization, and I'm really good at it.
And I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, I'm not even trash talking you or talking shit to you, but I'm telling you, like, you're going to the wrong way. You're going to the wrong way, and your organization or your group that you're building right now, it's going to the wrong way. Okay. And you guys and I.
Let me address Robin before you say your points, because Robin was first there. Robin, you know what I'm doing is I'm investing in callers. I'm trying to give them consistent content. I'm trying to build the economy so we can provide good re-gears. I'm trying to give them a goal, right, which is the whole territories, get points, push for a season win. And I'm trying to give them territories for economy, for gathering, for hideouts. And then the most important one is what we believe, right? I'm trying to recruit people that believe what we believe so that I can have a core that sticks with me, you know, and that stay with me, not for re-gears, not for points, not for hype, but because they believe what we believe, right? That's how great leaders inspire. There's a very famous TED Talk by Simon Syndic, and I follow that logic.
What do you believe?
I believe that you can be a competitive guild through, you know, coaching, through VOD reviews, through practice, but you can also.
But you're getting none of that right now.
Well, let me finish. But you can also be nice to each other. That you can be a beautiful place to play. We have no racism. We have no toxicity, no sexism. I have
That's
women, you know, and I think one of my personal goals, I've actually never shared this, is I want to show top guilds the template. That you can be a top guild, but you don't have to be racist like Escalation. You can be non-toxic. Sorry about that.
Dude, I love that shit, bro.
I apologize.
You gotta understand. Like,
let me finish with Robin. Wait.
Okay, finish.
Robin needs to get addressed. So I am understanding that I'm not getting it as much as I was getting it before, but that's not my fault because Reject Party and Take Care decided to launch on Syndic, and Syndic and I have been allies for a very long time. I can't just say, oh, fuck you, Syndic, I'll go somewhere else. I'm a little bit tied there. But what I am getting is today I fought outnumbered, and I fought the entire Mars Alliance by myself. I told Dove
that was a setup fight.
That was a friendly fight.
I was sitting right in the zone next to you.
Yeah, I was friendly. I saw you. You ran in there. Yeah. So but my point is, we're getting content, and we're getting hard fights. I fought outnumbered against 3 fronts by myself. You know, against the whole Mars Alliance. And I said, hey, will somebody come fight me? I said this in TeamSpeak. Hey, will somebody come fight me so that I could train my Zerg and give them content, and I'll take a hard fight. I'll take an outnumbered fight. And we did really good.
That's not a hard fight.
Okay, so that's what I got today, right? And so at 15, every day at 15, I fight Judicate, which is a tough-ass fight. And I lose half the time. You know, and my guys are training at 15. You know, and then if I don't fight Judicate, I fight
That's
PKO.
also a friendly fight because the only day that I went there on 15, you'd see y'all against me. Like you, Judicate, Amanubi, Chips, AAA, Dicey, everyone. Like every single time that anyone from your Psycho mess, you guys just group up everyone and fight against.
That's not the point, though. That's not the point. The point
But
is
I'm
I'm
telling
telling
you,
him,
you're
yeah,
not
but you're
getting the
distracting.
content.
You're disturbing the focus of the conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling
Yeah.
you, like friendly fights. It's not the content that you need to improve.
Listen, I that we can argue about whether a friendly fight or a non-friendly fight matters. What I'm telling him is this is what I'm trying to do to get there. I'm making content as best I can. If I can't fight the enemy, I fight the allies, and we VOD review and we take it serious and we improve. And
But you don't fight the enemy because your own choice. It's your own choice, not fight us.
You didn't show up today. What do you mean?
It's like the season.
Oh, you're not even fighting 18. You're not even at
The
18.
season is over. The only day that I messed 18 you'd see. The only day that I messed 18 you'd see was 2 days ago. I went to draw. CIR was on top of the tower, level 8 tower, by the way, level 9, level 8, I don't know. And I start pushing the territory, and I killed CIR. Then One and Done took over from the north. I don't know how, but I start push One and Done. I killed a bunch. Then I pull it out because they claimed the mage, right? They chased me. I turned it on the choke. They died. Then the rest of them suicided because they getting heated by the hideout. Like the only day that I mess, I got the content because I forced the fight with like a less number than everyone. Like you could do the same. That's my point. You could do the same. Like I have been doing. I take L's every single day.
Del, listen, this you don't understand what Black Order does at 18 because you don't come. So let me tell you, every day except today when they didn't show, and today I fought Mars, I fight. There hasn't been one day where I didn't have a fight. At least not one day I was there. I literally Tuesday, and Syndic yelled at me. I fought with Dove on my Terry against Take Care, Reject Party, and Fax. I fought 2v3 against all of them, and I made them fight me because I dismounted and caught them. And I didn't have PoE come and help me, and I was super outnumbered. And of course I lost the fight.
You were super outnumbered?
Of course, and of course I lost the fight, but I was telling my guys, like, don't worry about losing. Like, we did so good. Like, we pushed
Were you on
the
TS?
Fax. What? Yeah, I was on TeamSpeak. Of course.
So they didn't have time to come because they were coming.
No, they weren't coming.
You
They
just
didn't
got to
even
wipe it
know
before.
Oh my god. Listen, I'm telling you. And then usually I'm the guild they send to 1v1 Fax, and I beat them a couple of times. They beat me a couple of times. Every day I fought somebody. I fight Take Care and Escalation, I think, that other day, right? When I was on the Mammoth, you guys almost killed me like a week and a half ago. Like, so, you know, like every day at 18, I get content. And if it's not against the enemy, I do a friendly fight. And at 15, every day at 15, I get content. If it's not against PKO, it's against ADHD. Or it's against I Am Newbie. I 1v1 I Am Newbie. And Africa won the fight. He was calling. We beat him 1v1 at 18. That's a huge accomplishment for us. It was a huge accomplishment for us today. We, as one guild, we fought 3 guilds and an entire alliance, and we won. You know, I'm doing the best I can to take Black Order to the next level.
And that's when we disagree.
You tell me what I could be doing better. Oh, and I'm going solo in 2 days, by the way.
No, you're not going. Stop telling people that you're going solo because you're not going solo.
I'm dropping alliance tags.
Clarify what you mean. Clarify what you mean.
That doesn't mean that you're going solo. That doesn't dropping alliance tag. That doesn't mean you're going solo.
This is Dell's thing. He likes to argue over the definition of words.
Okay, you're going solo. You're not gonna ask help. You're not gonna ask help for anyone. PoE is not gonna help you. Mars, Terra, AAA, nobody gonna help you. That's going solo.
We can't have this conversation unless you tell me your definition of solo. Otherwise, we're going to spend the next 5 minutes arguing over the definition of solo.
Okay, I'm going to give you the definition of going solo. No TS, no hand holding, nothing. So you're not going solo. You're not going solo.
According to your definition. Now, here's my definition. I'm dropping alliance tag so I don't have the big debuff.
I mean, but that is not going solo. You're going to still have like everyone helping you.
We just disagree on the definition of solo, okay?
No, that's not solo. That's not solo. That's not solo.
Come on.
Okay. So what am I?
You're just talking. You're just split for debuff. That's it.
No,
split
you're gonna split for
points.
points, not debuff.
I mean, but it's both. You're splitting. It's both.
It's both. Yeah, but points is probably the primary reason. And we have too many Terrys. Like I have 8 Terrys right now by myself, and then Banana has a ton of Terry. We're losing like 800 siphoned energy a day because we have so many Terrys.
But it's off season. There's no siphons. There's siphons not off season. There's no siphons. It's
It
obviously like
says siphoned energy drain. The more territory is held, it's draining my
But there's
siphon.
no points getting generated.
exactly.
No, but it's draining the siphoned energy. Yeah, it's just draining the
miss Robin,
siphoned
bro.
energy
Dude,
from
you're draining my IQ
account.
level here, dude. Come on.
How am I draining
Yo,
your
Zor
account?
fam, I love you, baby.
When
No,
I was
Mano,
right
I love
just
you,
now when
baby.
you were wrong.
Thanks so much for the prime, bro.
Oh, I was right when I said it's taking siphon energy out of my guild bank. Nobody talked about the points. You brought up the points off topic, and then you said I'm draining your IQ.
Oh my god.
No. Don't say "Oh my God" when I crush your ass when you flame me. Come back with something stronger.
Why you're mad? Like,
Now, don't be
Alright.
quiet. Don't
We're not
know,
even-
Robin. I expected more from you.
we're not
Another
even
one in the
talking
fucking
shit. We're not even
dumpster.
talking shit. Why are you getting mad? We're
Go
not
ahead,
even-
Del. I'm not mad. I just don't like when people
So like,
talk
basically,
about
what
me.
I'm telling you,
Like,
what
I
I'm
don't even
telling you
talk
right now.
shit to them.
All right,
I've been
closing
totally
statements, boys.
respectful to
We're
Robin.
going on to 6 fucking hours. This shit was amazing content, bro. This shit was amazing content. Yo, closing statements, Del. Any closing statements, bro? Mark and Del.
Mark, you're not going solo. You're not gonna improve playing like that. If you wanna do better to your group and your guild, you gotta do something different. That's what I
That
have
is
to tell
the
you.
least helpful advice I've ever gotten in my life. Mark, you're not going solo when we just defined solo for me as dropping tags, which I am. And if you want to do better, you got to do different. Okay, thanks, Del. Why don't you
You're
tell me
welcome.
what different is
All right,
so I can get
all right.
better?
Just
Yeah.
you want me to tell you? I can tell you.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Last. This is it, boys. Last words. Come
Okay,
on.
Like
okay.
you take your boys and put them in a spot that they're gonna die and they're gonna lose fights. And
That's
doing
true.
that,
100%.
Just
you
did
and your
that.
boss, you and your boys. No, you didn't because you
Two days ago, I
you
fought
putting them in a
everybody.
giant coalition. I'm telling you. You asked me to tell you. I'm telling you. You
Okay,
putting
tell
them in
me.
a giant coalition, running around, taking friendly fights, or like heavily outnumbering the enemy. Like it's not gonna make them improve. You gotta take them in a hard spot so they can die and they can learn with their mistakes. Like they can watch their mistakes. Like being like a 2,000 men like coalition, not gonna make them learn anything. So I'm telling you right now, if I was you and wanted what you want right now, I would take my guild with like other guild that wanna improve, move to Thetford, move to Bridgewater, move like far from those guys here, and start fight over against everyone. If you die, who cares? Like then you grab the videos, you watch the VODs, and they gonna improve. That's how you're gonna improve with them. Not like hiding yourself behind a giant coalition. You never ever in your life you're gonna improve. I'm telling you right now. If you don't get out of this, you and your group and your guild not gonna improve. That's what I have to tell you. Like you do what you want, right? But I'm telling you the secret to improve. Put them in a hard position, put them in a hard spot, and improve with them. That's it.
Well, Del Negro, you had the last
Boom.
word. So
No,
boom.
you can answer. You can say some last words, but we'll leave it at that though. No back and forth. But go ahead.
Well, if I can't respond to that, then I'll just say thank you. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like I respect you, Robin. I don't know why you made that jab at me. That wasn't funny, but I still respect you. And
Barely
yeah, I
said
don't really
shit,
have
bro. He
any
didn't
last
say
words.
nothing.
Oh, I do have a last word.
All right, let's
I'm
hear it.
paying people for spy information. Okay, so listen, hit me up. I don't need to know who you are. I got a spy right now in Elevate. It could be Andrew himself, which would be the funniest thing if I'm financing my own war against me, Andrew. If you pull that trap card, and he has a fake Discord, and listen, he just
You mean in
spams
Take
me
Care?
on
A spy and
Discord
Take Care?
and Take Care. Yeah, I don't know who it is. It's just a random Discord, and he gives me play-by-play information. I get the screenshots of all your announcements, of all your inner guild chats, of all your leadership chats. It very well could be Andrew himself. I'm paying this guy a lot of money, so imagine if Andrew is financing a season win from Magic Mark. That would be epic. But listen, any of you in here could do that for me for your guilds. I don't even need to know who you are. So you never. I need to reveal your identity. I need them. I actually have like 5 in escalation. I don't need any more in escalation, but in other guilds I need them. So hit me up.
All right, boom. So if you guys want free money, hit up Mark on a fake Discord
how
and,
much are you
and,
paying? How
and
much are
tell
you
him some
paying?
bullshit. Tell him some
Wait,
bullshit.
how much are you paying? I'm in
A
Milliken.
lot. We'll talk after Black Oak.
Okay, message me.
Black
Yeah, I gotta go, boys.
Yo,
See you guys later. Thank
Del,
you. Bye.
thank you so much for coming. You make good content, bro. Yo, Mark, always a pleasure, sir. Yo, Robin Hood,
yes,
special guest this week was Robin Hood, bro. I hope you had fun, Robin. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a blast. Nearly 3 a.m., dude. So
God bless. Me too. So God bless. Big shout out to Robin for coming in here. Yo, Zulu, the man who put together all these names and brought them to the table so we can actually create good content. That's amazing. Of course, always Seed, Flacco, Red, the boys, fucking Domknit, dude, Domknit, big surprise guest today.
Yo, he did. Bro.
Very happy.
Today,
He was very chill. He was very chill. Finally,
You promised an interview? That was crazy.
Yeah, he agreed to an interview.
yeah, no, he can't take that back. You guys all heard that shit. He
Can't take that back.
Nope,
No.
can't take it
Then
back.
I'll make
Take it
another
back.
website.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully he talks some shit about Mark, so it gets him riled up, and we get more content. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll have a lot more of these. We'll do some sort of tier list like every couple weeks. Like the next one we'll probably do is like top players or top guild leaders of all time. Another one that we have to still do is shot callers all time, but we're not going to do it anytime soon because it would just be boring. We already did season 16 callers. So we'll see, you know, if anybody comes up with any other category, let us know. We'll include it for next time. Any other things? Okay, so next week, Smurf Monkeys. We're going to do an interview with Smurf Monkeys. That's Nerd Gigante and his boys. He's going to bring some people and how it's different from Gringos. That whole guild, what the difference is between those two. And then next Saturday, we're going to support Zerfax live in the tournament. We're going to watch Zerfax and we're going to hopefully watch him win his first
Will he
tournament win.
be even in the tournament though? That's the best
I
question.
hope so. So that's pretty much it, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Everybody was super generous today. Thanks so much for the follows. Thanks so much for the subs. We're gonna raid the homie Africa. Congratulations to him. I saw that he got drops. I couldn't believe it. So shout out to Africa. We're gonna raid the homie. If he's
Oh my god, he must have got it today.
Yes, I think
Nah,
so.
he got it a couple days ago.
So boys, let's go to Africa's
Crazy, yo.
stream and congratulate him on his promotion.
Yo,
Let's go congratulate Africa, boys. Let's show him some love. Let's go, baby.
off stream, I got a question for you, Robin.
Oh god.
You think I'll ever have a chance of getting drops on my Twitch account?
If Africa has the drops, then you'll have a chance, bro. Why wouldn't
Just
you?
gotta be consistent streaming.
I feel like
At
people
this
hate me.
point, I feel like you're good. I feel like I'm the only one.